a service of CNC Worldwide.
The Daily is a service of CNC News and Jib Jab Greetings. I'm Bud Lowell, and you find your AccuWeather forecast right up on top of your CNC local news page. In downstate New York, where they're still cleaning up after Hurricane Sandy, they got insult on top of injury this week. A nor'easter storm added several inches of snow on top of the damage left by the hurricane in New York and New Jersey. Monroe County has more help on the way. The Monroe County Fire Bureau has sent 4 additional fire engines to Nassau County to help with storm cleanup. 1 engine each went downstate this week from the Gates, Ridge Road, Scottsville, and the Webster Fire Departments, and they'll be down there for at least 3 days. The Rochester Fire Department also sent a ladder truck to Nassau County on Thursday. Monroe County Executive Maggie Brooks says a rescue company from the North Greece Fire Department and a ladder company from the Chi-Li Fire Department are already working in Nassau County. Meanwhile, Rochester General Health Systems has nurses working in New York City and New Jersey. Plans are for others to follow. One of them shot this photo showing her workstation after the second storm added insult to injury. Rochester General is also collecting relief supplies through Saturday. The public is encouraged to drop off things like socks, diapers, toiletries, warm blankets, batteries, flashlights, non-perishable food. Supplies can be dropped off 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. at the main entrance of Rochester General Hospital off Portland Avenue. Meanwhile, Governor Andrew Cuomo says the work of restoring power got a bit of a setback. 100,000 people who'd had their power restored had it knocked out again from the nor'easter. Most of that was fixed pretty quickly, but although they're closing in on fixing the original damage, it does get tougher as they go along.
90% only matters if you have your power on. And there's only one number that matters to people, and that's their number, and I understand that. 90% is not a victory. The 10% who don't have power is a defeat. And we will keep working and keep pushing these utility companies every day until that number is 0, period.
And officials in New York City and on the counties of Long Island imposed odd-even gasoline rationing for the next couple of days. That's because the nor'easter, when it knocked out the power again, shut down a pipeline that brings gasoline into that area. That is up and running again, but it caused a temporary disruption in supply. The longtime supervisor of the town of Pittsford is resigning to take over as the number 2 at the Monroe County Water Authority. William Carpenter has served as Pittsford Town Supervisor for 18 years. He was appointed Deputy Executive Director by the MCWA Board at a meeting Thursday. A resolution approved by the board said Carpenter was the choice of a selection committee named to fill the deputy's position, which has been vacant now for 7 years. The resolution says Carpenter was the choice because of his experience with public works, his management experience, and his communication skills. He'll start November 26th, starting pay $137,000 per year. And at Thursday night's Pittsford Town Board meeting, Carpenter announced his resignation as supervisor. Deputy Supervisor Sandra Zutz will take over until the town board names someone to fill the rest of Carpenter's term, which expires at the end of 2013. Rochester-based Sentry Safe is realigning its global manufacturing strategy between China and Rochester. That's actually good news this time. Over the next 2 to 3 years, Sentry says it plans to invest nearly $10 million into its local manufacturing operations, and it will stop making safes and cabinets for long guns in Shanghai. It will focus on its Rochester-made fire, security, and pistol safes. Sentry says this decision will not affect employment at the company's Rochester headquarters. It's a strategic move to focus on what the company sees as its core business and on new product development. But it also means Sentry Safe will now produce 100% of its fire-resistant safes in Rochester. Company CEO Jim Brush says that's where the best chance for the future of the 82-year-old company lies. Discontinuation of the long gun safes and gun cabinets begins immediately, and it's expected to be complete by the first quarter of 2013. The Rochester woman accused of starting a fire that killed 3 of her children wept through a preliminary hearing in Monroe County Court on Thursday as her defense argued statements she made to police should not be admitted in her upcoming trial. Bobby Kugler is accused of setting the fire at her Grape Street house. by lighting photos of her boyfriend on fire, then tossing them onto flammable materials on top of a dresser. The fire spread quickly, killing the 3 children and injuring 3 other people who did manage to escape. Kugler was charged with second-degree murder, arson, manslaughter, and assault. Kugler's defense argues police used deceptive tactics in questioning her after the fire when she may have been in an unstable condition. The judge will rule on December 18th if those statements can be admitted in court. Kugler's trial is supposed to begin January 7th. And statisticians say you have a better chance of being hit by lightning than winning a major lottery prize, but 2 Rochester women have beaten those odds almost simultaneously. Gretchen Deiser of the New York Lottery handed out 2 of those giant ceremonial prize checks Thursday to recognize the feat. Gail Capella of Rochester won $16.5 million in the October 13th lotto drawing. Capella was a subscription player for the past 16 years, playing every week, rarely checking to see if she'd won anything. She said she was shocked when the lottery officials called to tell her she'd won the jackpot. She thought someone was pulling her leg. Capella opted for the lump sum payment, so she'll get a cash prize of just over $11.6 million minus taxes. Her actual payout is $7,699,825. Still a nice round sum. She plans to use that money to retire and help out her children. The second winner is Dorothy West of Rochester. She's been playing the Prism Payout instant tickets. She liked the colors on the tickets. Now she has 1 million more reasons to like the game. She became the first player to win one of the Prism Payout game's $1 million jackpots. Unlike Capella, West spotted the winner right away. She hid the ticket in a cupboard overnight, says she didn't get much sleep, then got hold of lottery officials in the morning. West bought her winning ticket at the Sunset Lanes on Chilai Avenue in Rochester, October 24th. She will get 20 annual payments, $50,000 each. After the taxes are taken out, her annual checks will amount to $33,090. West says she hasn't decided how she's going to use that money yet, except she will put some of it into savings. On the left of this player window are links to these and other stories. Down at the bottom of the page, in that gray bar, you'll find links you can use. Post us news items, copy that you've written, things that you've heard about, tips you'd like to have checked out. We also are a community news resource at CNC News, so send us wedding announcements, birth announcements, business openings, all of that sort of thing. We want to see it, and we want to put it up here on CNC News and share it with the community. So next news is as it happens. Updates are when necessary, and you can help us decide when that is. I'm Bud Lowell, CNC News. Have a great weekend.